Hey everybody, welcome to Sunday's Coffee Lounge. So I'm filming this on Saturday afternoon, and actually this is going to go live tomorrow morning, so it is not too far ahead. Sometime I do film them way in advance, but today I am filming it right here. This is Paris Baguette in Ashburn, and this is the backside of the coffee shop. Look at this, how amazing this place is. If you guys have not tried this coffee shop, you definitely should try it out, because by the way, they're not telling me to advertise it. I'm doing it because I love this place. So anyway, so today's verse, there are two different verses we are going to talk about. Romans 10:10 and 1 Corinthians 10:10. It is all about speaking, and you guys know that I emphasize about speaking a lot. The words that we speak, each and every word, either creates our reality in a positive way or it brings up negativity in our life. And these two verses really talks about that too. So the first one, I'm going to read the World English Bible version. You know that I pick up the verses from there because they don't have any copyright issues. So anyway, the first one, Romans 10:10. For with the heart one believes unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. I know it's kind of a tongue twister. So the point is that the meaning of it, I looked it up before because I'm not that wise. I don't know the meaning and the understanding of all of it, so I did look it up before to understand. Is that we could think positive, but the thinking could be from your heart, but then when you speak it out, only then manifestation happens, right? So you can think as much positive as you may, because our thinking, we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, but for it to manifest, we have to say the words out loud, right? So this is what Romans 10:10 is talking about. Now the 1 Corinthians 10:10 is, don't grumble as some of them also grumbled and perished by the destroyer. My accent. Perished by the destroyer. So what it means is, again, I looked it up. The meaning is that when we keep complaining, so in our thoughts there are without practice, normally 95% of our thoughts, which is the subconscious, is generally negative. So we have to consciously work on ourselves to make our sorry, I'm fixing my tripod, to make our words to be more positive. As we keep practicing more and more, it actually shifts. It is possible that even though you may think 95% negative, only 5% is positive. The conscious mind and the subconscious, over time with practice, it actually switches. I mean, it doesn't get like 95% positive and 5% negative, because it's our some of it is good, because the subconscious like helps you to stay safe, your flight or fight, because when there is some danger, and you don't you don't go into the danger, you take those safety precautions, right? So that is necessary. So subconscious does that, but the point is, it does a little too much, and we stay in the negative zone. So that is why the point is that in the 1 Corinthians 10:10 is saying that if we keep complaining, if we keep talking negative, then our reality around ourselves will be negative. So I will give you an example. Like I tell you guys, I talk about these verses, and then I tell a story how I relate it with my life, right? And I also encourage you guys to comment below, so that, because you have no idea, when you speak about it, when you write about it, the impact is a lot higher. So I would highly encourage you guys to do that too. So let me go back 2 years ago when I first started this channel. You guys know in 2024 I was really in a survival mode, right? After losing my marriage and my job in the same month in November 2023, it was really a survival for me, because I was in a free fall. So, and the YouTube I did not start right away. It was about 6 months later. And And at the time, I was really taking one day at a time, but I promised to myself that every day as I started this channel started as like a journaling. And wow, I hope you guys can hear me over that. So as I started journaling every day in the YouTube journaling every morning, I was speaking positive. A lot of it was also I didn't know what to say or something. Sometimes I would read lots of books, and from the books, whatever I was learning, I was sharing in some of those videos, and that not only helped me to stay in the positive zone, but also it's like my thoughts started changing, and the words that I was using were also positive, and I was doing gratitude practice. So all of that came into picture in a way that slowly started creating positive reality for me. So you guys have seen this journey has grown to from a survival guide to I have published 2 books last year. I'm publishing 2 more this year. One book is coming, 90-Day Reinvention Guide, next month, and book 2 of the trilogy later this year. And I have 300 plus people in the meetup group, and we have about 2 events every month, every other Saturday. So a lot of it happened. I mean, this is something that I absolutely could not have done in my own. And I know that there is some higher power, something beyond me in works. I just don't know how to put it into words. And but the thing is, like, because even if you go with the scientific thought, there is something beyond us, right? There is something that makes those flowers bloom, right? There is something that makes the seasons change, the green that happens in spring, and in winter the leaves, the fall time, the leaves fall, and then there's this winter, the season changes, and the sun comes out every morning. So the point is, there is something beyond ourselves, and we are all interconnected. And I like how Wayne Dyer used to say that, he used to say that we are a spiritual being experiencing the human body, meaning in a very short amount of time, even if we live 100 years, each of us, it's a very short amount of time. Our journey doesn't start when we are born, or our journey doesn't end when we die. Depending on your belief system, either you believe in reincarnation or not, you believe in duality or non-duality. In this channel, as you know, I don't really force anybody to convert to any specific faith. I have experienced certain things that changed my. I used to be Hindu all my life, and then after everything fell apart, something guided me towards Buddhism, and then I did follow Buddhism very deeply for 5-6 months, and then that was a bridge between Hinduism, Buddhism, and then being a Christian. But at the same time, I'm a very non-traditional Christian, so. It is something that faith is something very personal for everybody, and which is why I don't try to control or convert. My point is, because I think converting is in some ways trying to control, because the point is that everybody, when you believe in that something, whatever that something you say, universe, higher power, your higher self, God, they're all interconnected. It's that same operating source, the creator that makes the flower bloom. When you align with that, when you have no trace of doubt, right, then your belief in yourself will be so much higher that you will think positive. And there will be time you will fall down, which happens to me too. This week actually was a bit challenging for me with some things, but then every time you will get back up, because you know that, and it becomes a habit, right? You start speaking more positively because you have seen the impact. Like in my case, I've seen the impact in 2024, 2025, how it changed my life, right? So why would I stay down too low for too long? Because life is short. So that is what I would say with this Romans 10:10 and Corinthians 10:10, 1 Corinthians 10:10. As much as you think, always try your best. You don't have to be paranoid, but try your best to speak positive words. Okay, that will change your life. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.